Good evening. In the year 2014, BJP led National Democratic Alliance government came into the power. By the time it comes to the power, the economic situation of the country was very bad. Unfortunately, in the year 2013, so there was an economic crisis. So during the time, of course, if you look at India, India is a member in BRICS. You know what is this BRICS? BRICS. Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. These five countries are considered to be the emerging nations. But because of the situations that have been developed in India, India was considered to be fragile five, meaning India became the most sensitive and most delicate country with respect to economic conditions at this time. And in the year 2014, elections took place and new government has been formed. At the time, this BJP-led government has been formed. That is NDA, National Democratic Alliance, and Mr. Narendra Modi became the Prime Minister. And after he becomes the Prime Minister, he started various initiatives. So one of the initiative was that Make in India. This particular program, this particular project was launched in the year 2014 and it happened on September 25th. Please remember the date. So what exactly is this Make in India program? Make in India. So this is a program which is considered to be a flagship program of the government. This is nothing but encouraging the production in India, encouraging the manufacturing sectors in India. That is the reason why under this Make in India program, 25 sectors, 25 sectors have been covered, and with respect to 25 areas, 100% foreign direct investment has been permitted. Of course, we are hearing about the foreign direct investment since the economic reforms of 1991. But it has been more liberalized with this Make in India. It is not just promoting or motivating the Indian industries to invest more in India, but also encouraging and motivating the foreign nations, foreign companies to come to India and invest in India. The more investment that takes place in India, there will be more economic development. As you go for more investment, definitely you will be concentrating on more and better and qualitative infrastructure. So this is what is required. That's the reason why every time we hear the word infrastructure. So this is the mechanism how you can attract the foreign companies to come to India and invest in India. And look at the Prime Minister, he visited more than 50 countries. He visited more than 50 countries in this particular, 4.5 years of span of his term. And he tried to attract the business and he tried to attract the investments from there to India. So obviously what happens when you are establishing industries, definitely you would like to go for the production. And when you are going for the production, you require better infrastructure. So automatically what will happen? Infrastructure will be developed. But what about the employment? There is so much of unemployment that is present in India, and that unemployment problem will also be solved to a larger extent. Meaning, once a new establishment is established, lots of developments will take place. Mainly, the people who are considered to be unemployed, they will get the employment. So once the people will get employment, they start earning money, and once they start earning money, their purchasing power parity PPP will increase, so that they will have the money in their hands and they will purchase the goods that required for them and their family. So obviously that will be leading to the reduction of the poverty levels in India. So of course in economy, so these are the various issues which are linked to one another. So, but come what may, So this particular program has been launched by the government, and the government is trying to attract lots of investments. Fine. And when you are attracting foreign nations, especially, you have to create an atmosphere that there is ease in doing business in India. That is the reason why our rank in ease of doing has been increased drastically. And all the credit goes to the government of India for creating such an atmosphere to attract, this more companies to India. Of course, critics will always say that government should have attracted more investments, but anyway, the program has begun, and in future India will expect, and we are all expecting, more investments will flow to India, more manufacturing will take place in India. It is not just domestic investments, but also the foreign investments. And wherever the prime minister is going, prime minister is emphasizing and reiterating regarding all the facilities and advantages that India will provide once a company comes to India and invest in India. And for us, our economic development will take place, and India will stand very strong as far as the economic front is concerned in the globe. Fine. And when it comes to unemployment problem, that unemployment problem will be reduced very, 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 very drastically. And this particular program, Make in India program, can be compared to Swadeshi movement. Swadeshi movement, of course, this it happened during the time of the British rule. The main intention was different, and you must be aware. Swadeshi movement started immediately after partition of Bengal. Partition of Bengal took place in the year 1905. At the time, the Viceroy of India was Lord Curzon. Please remember all the points. You must have learned all these things during your, history classes. So, in the year 1905, Bengal was partitioned. What was the reason? The reason was more political. The reason was more political, but British said that it is for the purpose of the convenience. But during the time, the concept of nationalism in India was increasing like anything. And especially if you look at Bengal, Bengal was considered to be the nerve center of nationalism. And if you divide this Bengal, if you partition the Bengal, so you can directly hit on the concept of nationalism, and our freedom movement will be, this pace will be retarded, and it will be a blow to the Indians who are fighting for the freedom. Like this, they had so many ideas. That is the reason why. So British during that time, it went for a partition of Bengal in the year 1905, and in protest against that, we have launched a Swadeshi movement. Since it is mostly related to Bengal, this is also called Vande Mataram movement or Bande Mataram movement. And important people like, Arabind Ghosh, right? Arabindo Ghosh, Lala Lajpat Rai, Bipin Chandrapal, and this Lal Bal Pal. Right, so like this, three members, Lal Bal Pal, and um, uh, all these people. So they have taken part very seriously as far as this Swadeshi movement is concerned. Very important. Kindly remember all these points. Right. So next, if you look at Lal in the sense, it is Lala Lajpat Rai, Bipan Chandra Pal, Lala Lajpat Rai, and Bal Gangadhar Tilak. So these are called Lal Bal Pal. Please remember this. And this moment has created lots of fear in the minds of the British. So during the time, the idea was to boycott British goods. The idea was to boycott European goods and concentrate on the production and development of Indian industry. All right, that is the reason why this Make in India can be compared to Swadeshi movement. But the point is that, but the point is now, when it comes to current affairs, why, excuse me, Why I'm talking to you about this in today's class? Because Samsung, you must be aware of this company. It is into various fields, but the major one, what we know, is the mobile industry. It has established a major mobile industry in India, that is in Noida. And of course, the Chief Minister of UP, Mr. Yogi Adityanath, was also there, along with the Prime Minister of India and the President of South Korea. So, and this is a mechanism how you strengthen the relations. South Korea expressed its interest, and Samsung has established a mobile factory in Noida. And this mobile factory is considered to be the largest mobile factory in the world. That's a very, very important point. Please remember this. And establishment of this Samsung mobile factory in Noida, this is a part of Make in India project. Clear, that is the reason why I have to give you some, this background regarding Make in India. So whenever you speak about Make in India, recollect all the points with respect to Swadeshi movement also. Don't forget the names: Arbindo Ghosh, Bal Gangadhar Tilak, Bipin Chandra Pal, Lala Lajpat Rai. Kindly remember all the names. And also 1905, Bengal was partitioned, and at the time the viceroy was Lord Curzon. Clear? Anything maybe a question with respect to objective type of these questions. And when it comes to writing any analytical part, you have to concentrate on Make in India. But before that, what happened in the year 2013? That you need to write. Clear? The bubble was burst. Clear? And India was considered to be fragile five. Clear? So the meaning, out of these five nations, BRICS nations, India was considered to be so fragile at the time, and there was so much of discussion at the time by the intellectuals, by the economists across the globe, whether it is profitable to invest in India or it will be a loss to invest in India. Lots of discussions and debates have been taking place. But why so much of discussion? Because India is considered to be so one of the important places in the globe as far as the this world market is concerned. Huge population. You will have the huge market. Clear? And to remove all these difficulties, the government has come out with the concept of Make in India. So from now onwards, please remember, whenever any new company is coming from abroad and investing in India, just check it whether it is a part of Make in India project or not. Point number one. Most of the states, rather all the states in the country in India, they have also started their own making their state programs, like whatever you call. Of course, it launched even before Make in India program when Narendra Modi was the Chief Minister of Gujarat. Vibrant Gujarat, right? And if you look at Maharashtra, magnetic Maharashtra. So these are all the names that are given by the concerned state governments to attract the foreign investment in their state. Obviously, what will happen? The state will be developed. Economy of the state will be developed. The people who are in that particular state so will get the employment opportunities. Clear? So this is what happened. And Haryana, happening Haryana. So these are all the slogans that are given by the respective states. And now there is so much of competition. There is so much of competition in various states, among various states, to attract foreign investment to their state. Obviously, what do you require? You require better and qualitative infrastructure. So whatever may be the state today, with better and qualitative infrastructure, you will be in a position to attract more foreign investments. Am I clear? So kindly remember all these points. Now, right? Remember every point, my dear friends. So I'm opening the document. Kindly have a look at this. Samsung opened a mobile plant in Noida. This is considered to be world's largest mobile factory. The Prime Minister of India and the President of South Korea inaugurated the same. Samsung SAMSUNG, Samsung, is expected to manufacture about 12 crore mobiles every year. And this is going to create employment opportunity for more than 5,000 people, right? Look at the names, please. Moon Jae-in is the name of the president of South Korea. And in some of the examinations, like, maybe banking, maybe SSC, there may be some questions like, where is the headquarters of Samsung? It is always there in the news. Most of you must be using this mobile. And the headquarters is located in Seoul. That is the capital city of South Korea. Look at this. Have a look at this. This I have taken from the government site itself. The source of what you are looking at on the screen is the government of India's site. The Make in India initiative was launched by the Prime Minister in September 2014. It was a timely response to a critical situation. By the year 2013, the much hyped emerging markets bubble had burst, and India's growth rate had fallen to its lowest level in a decade. And the promise of the BRICS nations had faded, and India was tagged as one of the so called fragile five. Global investors debated whether the world's largest democracy was a risk or an opportunity. India, with 1.2 billion citizens, questioned whether India was too big to succeed or too big to fail. India was on the brink of severe economic failures. Make in India is much more than an inspiring slogan. Kindly remember this. Most importantly, it represents a complete change of the government's mindset. It's a shift from issuing authority to a business partner, in keeping with the Prime Minister's tenet of minimum government and maximum governance, meaning meaning minimum interference by the government and maximum deliverability. That is called maximum governance. And see here, especially when Mr. Narendra Modi, excuse me, Narendra Modi became the Prime Minister of India, he was using these these words very frequently: less government and more governance. So like this, this is what he was using. And later, most of the chief ministers at the state level, they also started using this. So this is basically a very good thing. So that what will happen, the companies will come with the minimum restrictions, where government will interfere minimally. But when it comes to the results are expected to be so huge and high that will lead to the economic development of the nation. So hopefully India will be successful with respect to its economic development, and almost all the people in the country who are unemployed will get the employment. For this reason, lots of changes must be brought in, maybe in our political system, economic system, social system, cultural system, and these are all interlinked, my dear friends. So when you are preparing for higher level examinations like IAS, so you need to link all these together, so very very effectively and very neatly, right? And that will fetch you good marks. So thank you so much for being with me this evening, and I'll see you in the next class with more current affairs. Take very good care. Good night. Thank you so much.